Hello and welcome to another DDO classic video. I thought I'd begin today's recording by doing a quick little montage of me opening a bunch of chests as I am farming the quest that I did in the previous video, Kobold's New Ringleader. So without further ado, here we go. This is Bronkar's chest. So it might have a cloak in it. It does. +1 will save in a yellow augment slot. So as I discussed in the previous video with the augment slots, I think I'm going to use them. I'm going to just buy a random thing. And that's pretty good. So the yellow augment slot could end up being pretty relevant, especially if I get like an elemental resist or something. So cool. Let's quickly take a look at it. See how it looks. Okay, it's nothing too flashy. We'll try it out later once we've got an augment for it. All right, here we are at another chest. This is Grundok's chest. Let's see. Oh, we got his boots. Okay, jump isn't super relevant. If I get a good enough augment slot, I might wear these, but I'll lose my Pathfinder bonus, but I'll be okay. All right, on to the next one. All right, here's Romkel's chest. Let's see if we get the item. Ooh, we got his dagger. This is, I think, the only level 2 item in this chest. Everything else, or in this quest, I think the rest of them are level 1. So even though I don't really have a use for that dagger, it's cool to get. Maybe I was gonna say, maybe I'll offer that to that rogue. He almost certainly has better stuff by now, so. Still cool though. Maybe I can sell it for something. On to the next one. All right, here we are. We've reached the end. This is Blood Knuckles' chest. Let's see if we get whatever. Ooh, his waistcloth. Ugh. Fortification, though? Maybe I like that. Again, I'm more interested in seeing what augment goes in with this, but that's pretty funny. Fortification's not bad to have. That's pretty funny. I got his loincloth. All right. I think I'll run it again, see if I get any of the other items. All right, here we are at Maduro's chest. This could be a leather armor set, but I did not get it. Oh well, that's fine. I probably wasn't going to use it anyway. On to the next one. All right, we got Rockmill's chest again. It's probably, maybe just has a dagger again. Yeah. Same deal as last time. Maybe I can sell it. And there's Gundrock's boots again. Same stuff, I presume. Yeah. I don't think there's any random stats that you can generate on these. All right, next one. Here we are, final chest on Elite. This is Blood Knuckles. The only thing I could maybe get is the Maul, and no, I didn't get it. All right, so I basically ransacked this whole place, got everything except for the Blood Knuckles Maul and the leather armor, which I also could have gotten this run, but I didn't. So I think I'm going to stop running this here, since the only items left are items that I wasn't going to use anyway, and I did it on hard and elite, so I think it's time to move on. See you outside. All right, so quick change of plans. Instead of going outside, well, I mean, obviously I did go outside first, but then I decided to give stealthy repossession another shot, because I realized that I don't actually have to be stealthy. I just have to be tanky. So basically, I ran through and I just avoided killing the prophets. I killed everything else that got in my way, and I just tanked the prophets until I got here. It took all my spell points with the Cure Light Wounds, and then I did not have to use my armor here, but that's mostly because I forgot to put it on my action bar, so I wasn't really able to use that. But I used my lay on hands too, but eventually I made it here. I got the quote-unquote Eye of Kyber, and yeah, I was able to make it through and do this anyway. So I did not manage to get anything. Whenever I ran this before with that rogue fellow, he got a will save trinket, which he gave to me. There's also a reflex save and a fort save, and one that gives +2 armor. I of those, I think the Dex or Reflex save is the one that I would most like. I don't know if I'm going to farm this for it or not, but I could, apparently, since now I know that I can do this. But anyway, now we're going to actually go out and we are going to... We'll talk about the new gear upgrades we got. See you out there. All right, here we are. We are still in the harbor. We're up over here now. We were down here doing some quests by the Wayward Lobster. We came up here because this is where Gold Scuttle is. This is the guy who will sell you colorless level 1 augments, because I'm trying to get my augments to upgrade these 5 items. Now, I'm starting here because, so you can see you can use the collectibles that I've been picking up from the bags from killing stuff. You can buy a potion of aid, potion of lesser restoration, some +1 reptilian bane arrows. That's actually not a bad idea. Well, it's only a bad idea because I don't usually use arrows, but certainly when we go into the waterworks, if I have to be killing kobold shamans that are up on, like, up high and I can't reach them, I might actually come and buy some more of these, because I have a few that I actually got as a drop randomly, but knowing that I can get these from here is actually good. But anyway, the reason I'm really here is these augments. So you can either spend these items to get a random ability tome +1, or you can spend astral shards to get a specific one, whichever one you want. Now, I do have a good number of astral shards, but these are really not easy to come by. I only have this many because I got really lucky getting certain items that I was able to sell in the shard exchange. Basically, all the shards here I got from selling really good items that I was lucky to get on the shard exchange on my main account, on my main character. But so I don't really want to spend shards if I don't have to. And plus, when I look at my abilities here, most of them are odd, and even this one is already benefiting from an odd +1 here, but I'm going to be replacing my cloak. So really, the only ability that I don't want to roll is intelligence. So I'm just going to buy a random one, and if I get intelligence, then I'll probably just go in and buy one of the other ones. But probably will buy strength if I need it. But all right, let's go ahead. Let's trade. These are not that easy to come by, but like I've got enough. I could do 2 pulls if I want. What did I get? +1 ability, diamond. Where did it go? In my first bag? Strength! Yay! Okay, that's the one that I wanted the most. Cool. I am going to put that in the loincloth. I'm going to have a loincloth of strength and fortification. That'll be cool. And then, now I have a ruby of shock for my axe. I have a topaz of electric resistance for the cloak, because as I mentioned, the shamans that have their lightning bolt that they cast, it can be pretty brutal, so having some electric resistance will be good. And this will mean that I do not have to use this electric resistance cloak that I found, and I was debating whether I wanted to use it or not. So I won't have to. I'll already have electric resistance. I will obviously lose that +1 charisma, but that's probably a fair trade. Anyway, cool that I got this. Now, for the last 2 items, I have a shield with a blue augment slot and boots with a yellow augment slot. The boots, I'm really going to be reluctant to give up that striding 5, but I can get a striding 10% on a topaz augment. So I'm going to go for that. And then for the shield, let me see. I believe the blue augment vendor is right over here. Okay, let's do the blue augment vendor first. So here's the thing. Remember I said those items were kind of hard to come by, even though I've been picking up a lot? I do not have enough to buy even a random one. So I'm actually gonna have to spend um astral shards here. Now there are other places you can buy level 1 augments, but for level 1 specifically, the only other place where I can get sapphires is by spending what are they called? Mysterious remnants in the Hall of Heroes with the Monster Hunter. But the only augments you can get from that in that are sapphire is a +1 resistance, I think, which is redundant because I already have resistance on my amulet, and a +3 defense, which adds physical damage reduction. But I'm reluctant to do that because PRR didn't exist, and even though obviously I can still get it and I'm going to be getting it, um, I don't want to like use augments that give it. I'd rather use an augment that gives me something else cool. So the thing that I really want is natural armor because one, I don't have any natural armor bonuses yet, and I think it would be very flavorful because this thing is a shield that I got from a scorpion. It's called a chitin shield, and even though it doesn't look like it, presumably it was made from the chitin of that scorpion boss. So I think natural armor would be very appropriate to pop on there. So I'm actually gonna have to buy this one with shards. So here we go. We did it. We bought one. And now for the boots. Let's see here. See if I can find. I believe the topaz vendor is over here. We saw the red vendor over by the quest that we just did, but I believe the topaz vendor right here. Yeah, okay. Now again, we are in a situation where I don't have enough of these prophecies of Kyber. And honestly, I don't want to do a random one because even though a lot of these resistances, any one of them could be good, what I really don't want to get stuck with. Oh, wait, hold on. It could give me wizardry. Okay, I was going to say I didn't want to get stuck with like a spell focus, but the spell focus stuff is not until a higher level, so I really wouldn't have to worry about that. But what I really just want is the striding 10%. And I can't buy the random one anyway. I probably could buy it on my main account. I'm sure I have plenty of these things, but I'd rather not spend those resources if I don't need to. Although I'll admit that these two, I did end up hopping over to my main account and buying them with Mysterious Remnants because I was not able to find any on the auction house. I also checked the Ruby vendor and I also didn't have the collectible items for that either. The only thing that I had collectible items for was for the diamond. And it's good that it was that way because buying diamond augments from the mysterious remnant person costs like 3 times as much as the other augments. I guess because ability boosts are really good. Anyway, let's buy this. We're gonna bite the bullet, spend the astral shard. Now I am curious. I wish I had checked over on the other one. What else can we get here? Elixir of healing. That's just a healing potion. Moderate healing. Heroism. The minor stun runestone seems pretty good. Stuns susceptible targets that fail a DC 24 fort save. So, like, hypothetically, if I had a quest where I needed something like the stealthy repossession that I just did, I could have taken these in there and just stunned the kobold prophets, and then I could have just run past them, and I wouldn't have had to worry about accidentally killing them later or something like that. So this is something to think about for a future possible thing to buy if I need it for something, for some specific quest. But I'm gonna pass on that for now. I'm gonna make my way back over to the sapphire dude and see what else I can get there. Well, I'm mostly doing this because when I saw those reptilian bane arrows on the other guy, I thought that's really good. So lesser healing, moderate healing, potion of jump 20. Okay, that's even more than the other ones. And then these are the minor petrify runestones. Okay, So I have these on my other account that I've also used for the same reason that I was saying that I would have used the other ones. So I know where I can get these too now. And let's go over to the Ruby guy too real quick. Kind of all over the place here because I was kind of trying to do this in one hand. I was trying to adjust my mic. All right. Yep, let's see what you have for trade. And she has lesser healing, moderate healing, minor flash runes on blind susceptible targets that fail a reflex save, and dazes those that fail a will save. Blinded creatures, yada yada yada. Dazed creatures will not activate. So, does it make them do a reflex save and a will save? And they are either blinded, uh, dazed, neither, or both? That's interesting. I think that this could probably be interesting for a rogue who is trying to find ways to proc sneak attack more often, because blindness is pretty useful. But like this, you wouldn't want to buy lots of these. These are not cheap at all. I mean, I could buy one, right? So probably you wouldn't want to use these for that. Hopefully you could find a spell or a weapon or something else that does that for you. All right, so enough dawdling. Let's go ahead. I think this is where I drag the augment item. Okay, yep. Chitin shield. Sapphire of natural armor. Confirm. Now we have an upgraded shield. The axe. Let's do the same thing. Shock 6 on the axe. Sweet. Now, compared to the hammer that I currently have, the base damage rating is 1 less. Actually, hold on. When I actually equip it, let's see what it is, because... Come on. Okay, it still says the same thing. I thought maybe it would update because because it's not equipped. Why does it not calculate in the bonuses that I'm getting for it being a favored weapon? Obviously I was getting that from the hammer too, but I thought it would only apply that in the tooltip when it's equipped. But maybe I should just look down here. This is a D8 plus 14. This is a D8 plus 15. And then this thing is crits only on a 20. This thing also only crits on a 20. So this is a D8. The Warhammer is also a D8. So the only difference here is that the Battle Axe is a +1. And it doesn't have the smashing ability. But that's fine. Actually, you know what? There is a difference here because look at the attack bonus. The attack bonus ends up being the same on both, but that's because with the axe, I was suffering a negative level. I no longer have to suffer my negative level. And also, I now have a unique item. And I like having them all to be unique items. That's kind of the whole point. And now, for the cloak. Cloak of Electric Resistance. And it's going to give me a +1 will, which is going to make this... Actually, it's not going to make that totally redundant. It's kind of the other way around. But we still have the electric resistance, which is cool. And then the boots. Having jump on these boots is probably actually going to be kind of good. I'm going to lose the tumble and the Pathfinder plus 2 to hit bonus. But honestly, accuracy isn't super important in this game. Like, you almost always are going to hit, and I have so many other bonuses that bonuses to hit are not super relevant. So I'll take the jump bonus. I'm definitely jumping around a lot, and I've got strength to go with it, so it'll help me reach higher places. And the loincloth, mostly because it's funny. But this will give me fortification, which will make it a little less likely that I get surprise, crit, and I take a ton of damage out of nowhere. And then we also got that +1 strength on there. So I'm now wearing the mighty Blood Knuckles loincloth of strength. You can't see it, I'm wearing it underneath, but it also makes it harder for people to sneak attack me in the groin, naturally. Okay, cool. So that was all those items. I think the only thing left to do now is another quest. And before we actually do that, I know I'm rambling even more, but we have enhancement points to spend. I get a +2. Again, I'm going to pause it here while I make my final decisions, and then I'll just do a recap. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing. So, per the last video, I think my main goal right now is to get enough points for Stunning Shield. So, I'm going to go into the Vanguard tree. I think I'm going to grab Shield Specialization because that gives me +1 to hit and damage. And I get AC. And I'm taking that over giving a +2 to Shield Smash because Shield Smash, it reduces the cooldown, but I'm not really using it every time it's off cooldown anyway. I have so many different cooldown abilities now. And it also increases the damage, which is nice. And eventually I will max this out, but I think it's lower priority than this. So I'll do this, and then I'll probably put one more point here, and then I'll be able to grab Stunning Shield with the next one. So that's the plan. Let's go ahead and accept. And let's look at our map. What is the next closest quest? Probably we want to either come over here, which is Walk the Path, I think. And then this is the one with the missing... Oh, wait, no, there's another... Oh, this is Durk. I know I've talked about being excited about doing the Durk quest for a while. I think... Let me check really quickly to see... Let me check something. I'll be right back. All right, so here we are. I decided I'm going to do this one. Durk's got a secret. I'll go into that in a second, but first I just wanted to say that if you notice, my armor is different. The reason why is because I realized that all of my items that I have now are named items from chests and quests and stuff, except for my armor. So I also realized that over here there's an armor shop. So I was able to just go in there and buy like a regular non-magical full plate, and it was only 1 less AC than what I was already using. I lost a couple hit points and the cold resistance, but that probably won't matter. And I think it'd be a cool way to just say, you know what, for this character, I'm only going to wear named items. And then I'm also going to allow myself to use augments and stuff like that, like we just did. So that'll work well. Anyway, Durk's got a secret up here in the northern central harbor area. The reason why this is an interesting quest and why I was excited to do it, and why I even just saw a couple other, I think, high-level players going down in there, is because there's a special item you can get from this quest. It is the mighty level 2 Muckbane. It is a special club that has the property that I think it does extra damage against oozes, and it also is not susceptible to the damaging effect. So one of the things that sucks about fighting oozes is it damages your weapons, but not if you have the Muckbane. At least I'm pretty sure. I'm looking at it on the wiki right now. It says deals extra damage against oozes. Am I wrong? Does it not actually have that benefit? Maybe I'm just thinking of a higher level one, because there's definitely a higher level one that is immune to the damage. But that's fine. I still would like to get the Muckbane. It'd be cool. And I would decide to do this one first, because the other two quests have oozes in them, and it would be nice to have the Muckbane whenever we go down there. So, let's talk to Durk. I got a secret. What's your secret? Can't tell you. It wouldn't be a secret then. You don't have a secret. Really? You sure? That's wonderful.
Now I know it's really a secret. What if I know your secret and I'm not telling you? Then it's not a secret at all. You know about the den of kobold brothers? Two kobolds squabbling in the harbor's sewers? Someone could kill them and take their loot while they're having their spat. No, of course you don't know that. My secret is safe. Yeah, sure it is. Bye, Durk. Huh. You know, it sure would be a shame if someone went down into this here sewer and decided to deal with those kobolds. Let's see, it even says right here, ooze and slime monsters can damage and break armor. So is this supposed to be like a tutorial on oozes? They're telling me before I start this quest, hey, there's oozes in here. I wonder if I had started one of the other quests, if they would have warned me on that because they also have oozes. Anyway, oh shoot, I didn't bring a hireling, but it's fine. This is only normal mode. I don't need it.
You wish
Okay,
all
yes, I
these
know.
bones were a
Oozes and
little
slimes are
cleaner.
nasty.
The air
Okay.
reeks of rotting meat.
So is the only point of opening these to break these barrels? I think. Ooh, get some gems. Okay. They're certainly making a big point to warn me about the oozes in here. Let me look at my map here. I think I go this way. Oop, I just saw something over here. I think it was an ooze. All right. I'm a little bit worried. Should I just use like a weapon I don't care about? Because I just got this nice axe. I mean, maybe I'm mostly worried because they felt the need to warn me twice about the oozes. Cool. Leather armor of combat mastery. Now, I did also consider wearing the carapace. Maybe that's something I could do. I don't know what blue augment I would put in there. I mean, I would like to use natural armor for the same reason I did on the shield, because it's a carapace. But, like, that's mostly for thematic reasons. Otherwise, it could be, like, a protection bonus. It would still be a good bit worse than even this non-magical plate mail. But it would be named. So it would be, like, more in accordance with my rules and stuff, restrictions for this character. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I haven't really been in a situation where I felt like my AC was too low. Uh-oh. Feel a draft. I spotted something, guys. What is my search skill? -1 and I spotted it. I couldn't even spot something in the first quest that I did in this game, but I can spot this.
A troglodyte. It must be a hired henchman. And where there's one trog.
Okay. Well, I killed the troglodyte, but I didn't get any. Wait, there's a chest. Chest, guys. And there's nothing in here. Could that have been... No, that's just a normal chest. If I kill a witch doctor, that could have something special. Yeah, it's the witch doctor and the muck. Muck is a red named ooze in the quest. Not this one. Should I be worried? It's probably fine.
The floors, walls, and ceiling drip with ooze. It quivers as
Pretty
you
sure I
approach.
just had these freshly repaired before I came down here. Honestly, you know what? Maybe for oozes, I'll use the returning weapon. Maybe I think because it's ammo. Doesn't have the same problem. I know I don't need to be using it right now, but let me fix my Yeah, this is what I want. Now, the wiki says that this is supposed to be a long quest, but the other two are also long, so we didn't really have a lot of options. Okay, where are we? Okay, I think going this way first is probably better. I think we have to go both ways. I think each of the Kobold brothers is down one of these directions. And then there's also, like, you know, those somewhere. It says long, but so far we're already like halfway through it, so
This
it won't be
room
too
stinks
long.
a little less than the rest of this foul place. This probably marks it as the lair of a prince among kobolds.
I don't know that that logic checks out. I think that
The second of the kobold chieftain brothers has been slain.
I would think that among kobold culture, maybe stinkiness would be considered a point of pride. You know, why does being less smelly mean that they're nobility? We don't know kobold culture. So did they just say I killed the second brother? Like I already got both of them?
The rear section of the sewer has been opened.
Ooh. Okay. I'm a little worried that maybe I should have been turning the other valves. I'm pretty sure the other, like these valves only open the side thingies. Sometimes there's stuff meaningful behind them, but yeah, I want to go this way. Can I not go this way? Oh gosh. Do I have to open these? Is there something in there? No. Well, I will take that mushroom. I think that I have to go the other way on the other side and then turn another valve that's hidden back there, and then I can go into the far bottom side. Ooh, there's a lever. The game lagged and almost looked like I just blew up all those crates and stuff with my mind. I just went in there and grunted and they all exploded. The mighty grunt deals sonic damage. Did I not? Oh, I couldn't go through there. Well, I kind of want to go see now if it opened up when I pulled that lever. It does not appear to have, no. Let's go around. I don't see any more oozes. So it seems like, oh my gosh, that's... Okay, I gotta remember that for next time, that I need to pop my fire resist. We'll say that. That's one of the perks of doing these quests on normal, then hard, then elite, is that you see all the traps the first time before they're lethal. Then by the time you get to do it on elite, nice. That was a lot of XP. By the time you do it on elite, you know where all the traps are, and you can like prepare for them. Traps are definitely much more deadly. Oh, is it? Oh my gosh. Okay, so one of the brothers is labeled as the first, the other is the second. So after I killed this guy, they said the first of the chieftain brothers has been slain. And after I killed the other guy, who I killed first, they said the second had been slain, which was confusing. That's funny. Seems like an oversight. This just normal loot. Just normal garbage. so if we go to the right here, oh gosh, this is still gonna fire me. I think it's one of those traps that only goes off once when you least expect it. Yeah, over here. Nothing. So the shamans on normal just do like an acid splat. Probably Melf's acid arrow. That's probably what they're casting. Alright, so we went all around the bottom. I don't remember what they cast on normal. Okay, did we open it? The door's locked. My guess is I missed a lever on the other side. Let's look around here because I think there's a lever over here. Okay, no, this is a valve, and we turned that other valve that's back there, I believe. We turned this one, I think. I feel like up is the way that it's supposed to be. Pretty sure I turned that one. I'm gonna finagle around this way because I'm looking at the map on the wiki. Yeah, there's another lever or valve up here. I thought, did I not get this one?
A faint vibration passes through the floor.
What? Is this, maybe this is where Buck can
Troglodyte
spawn?
henchmen have been slain.
But I got a henchman. We'll take that. I don't actually know where Muck spawns, but I don't think we got him on this run. If that's all that opened, that's kind of disappointing. Yeah, okay, I pulled that lever as well. And I definitely got that other lever that is over there. Yeah. Okay. Like, phooey, let's check and see if that opened it or not. And if not, I'll pause it and check the wiki and see what it says about how to open that. Because is this just a rogue lock thing? Maybe. Let me see. Okay, so I don't think the wiki says anything about how to open this door. I didn't see anything about it just being a rogue thing. But maybe I'll invite my rogue buddy and see if he can open it. And if so, we'll find out what's back there. But apparently, Muck is supposed to spawn somewhere over here, just behind this door. But I think we missed it. I don't think it's over here. So, alright, I think we finished. I'm gonna just quickly check over by the other door. Thought I saw something. Because I thought it maybe said that there was something else. No, not over here. Okay, never mind. So each of the valves that I turned in each of the brothers' chambers opened the door on the other brother's side. Yeah, and I think I killed a witch doctor over here. Right, okay, yeah, I did all that. Okay, let's leave. And let's see what Durk has to say about it. Some of these quests, it's weird that after you complete them, that the NPC would give you a reward. Like when we did the haggle with the guard and we bribed him to not like be charging the people that were like fleeing, the refugees. He's like, all right, I'll take your copper. And also, here, choose one of these 3 magic items. I'm like, okay. But anyway, Dirk, we checked in on your secret. Are you going to reward us for that? I got a secret. I got a secret. Hey, Dirk, I know all about your secret, and I killed the Kobold brothers too. No, you didn't. You made it up. You can't prove those were my kobolds anyway. Ha! My secret's still safe. Well, thanks for the tip. Keep being crazy, I guess. Yeah, he is a bit deranged, per his name. I don't think I care about any of his stuff. I'll just take some armor and then I'll vendor it. Okay, so I think that's it for this video. I think I like this format to do the farming and stuff. Actually, you know what? I think it kind of makes a little more sense to do the loot montage at the end after I've run the quest rather than at the start of the next video. So I think that's what I'll do. So, cue the montage, I guess. All right, just found a witch doctor. Let's see if we get anything from this one. Nope. All right, let's try the next one. All right, let's see if anything's in this one. Nope. All right, I ran it a few times. I got up to elite. I did elite a couple times. Still no muckbane. Actually, no uniques. I spawned the witch doctors a few times, but nothing from those chests. And yeah, haven't even seen muck yet. So I'm gonna try again tomorrow. But for now, or maybe even later today. But right now, I need to take a break. So we're gonna end the video there. See you next time. Hopefully then I will have the mighty Muckbane Club. See ya. Thanks for watching.